Hey everybody, I'm Nicole.
I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Sarah.
And today we have an announcement.
So sit back and enjoy as we dive right in.
As you've probably noticed, listeners, we are coming into your ears on an abnormal day. It is not the last Wednesday of the month, but what? We have a podcast episode drop? Well, it's true, because after years of exploring the deep, dark, mysterious lives of whales, dolphins, and porpoises, we've realized something. We have been ignoring the true titans of the sea, creatures so majestic and so misunderstood that sailors once mistook them for mermaids. And honestly, I get it.
So today we are pivoting. Welcome to our new era, the Sirenian Podcast.
Okay, look, we love cetaceans, but manatees and dugongs are like the off-brand cousins that people keep confusing with dolphins, and we really feel that they deserve their own moment. They've got the roundness of a beluga, the chill vibes of harbor porpoises, and the immense PR problem of being called sea cows.
Very unfortunate naming.
Indeed.
Yes. So we're here to kind of set that all right. We're going to discuss Sirenians. This is the order that includes 3 manatee species and 1 dugong species and 0 resemblance to dolphins, unless you squint really, really hard and also maybe have scurvy.
They're slow and gentle and spend most of their day eating. Basically the opposite of dolphins, who are fast and loud and spend most of their day doing dolphiny things and flippy little dolphins.
Sailors of yore used to mistake manatees and dugongs for mermaids, which to me raises questions more about sailors than Sirenians. From a distance, a manatee lifting its head to breathe might maybe look like a mermaid, but only if you've been awake for like many days, haven't had anything nutritious to eat, are, seasick and suffering from scurvy, and also don't know what a mermaid looks like.
Or maybe you're just extremely optimistic. I also really like that you said sailors of yore, because
Yes.
I sincerely hope that no sailors today
Vitamin C vitamins exist now.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they could bring Flintstone vitamins and they'd probably be okay.
I kind of want a
There's
vitamin now.
less scurvy and more
Knowledge,
like satellite internet. Yeah.
Fair.
I know like the drawings absolutely exist, but just thinking about old mermaid things, I'm like, why isn't the Starbucks logo a manatee instead of a mermaid? I mean, that would be way better. Or
that would be amazing.
Ooh, listeners, please
start a
somebody
petition.
do that. Somebody draw us the Starbucks logo as a manatee or a dugong. We don't discriminate.
No, we do not.
We would love that very much.
Yeah. Luckily for us and this podcast, Sirenians are not cetaceans, and they have some distinct differences between both groups.
Okay, first up, their movement and behavior. So manatees have paddle-shaped tails, and dugongs have fluked tails, whereas cetaceans have classic horizontal flukes. You know what those look like. They all move their tails or their flukes up and down, same way that like our back bends, like that same direction.
Like a mermaid.
But like a mermaid, not like a fish. Up and down, not side to side. But their speed is drastically different. Manatees go way slow. Like they're going for a nap. They're on heading for a nap. Whereas dolphins, we know how dolphins move because we've talked about them for years, but they move real fast. Like they're late for something much more exciting than a nap.
I don't know what you're talking about. A nap sounds like the most exciting thing possible to me.
Yes.
Right now.
Agreed.
That's why I maybe align more manatee than dolphin at this stage of life.
Yep.
I am also in my manatee era, just like our podcast is going. In terms of anatomy, manatees and dugongs do not have a dorsal fin or dorsal ridge like some of the other cetaceans we've spoken about. They also don't use echolocation, and they do not have teeth, at least not teeth designed for catching and ripping fish to shreds. They just have big, adorable snouts that are used for vacuuming up seagrass and other kinds of sea vegetation. They do have teeth, I should say, because I misspoke a little bit. They don't have teeth specifically, teeth designed for a fish, like sharp, pointy teeth. They have more of, their closest living relative is an elephant. And so they have teeth more resembling of ungulates, I guess.
Grinding
teeth. And like elephants
Yeah.
aren't ungulates, but they're also close. Anyways, long story short,
Yeah.
they have grindy teeth, like our molars, not sharp, bitey teeth.
Sharp, bitey. Do they vocalize?
They kind of like
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
It's what I would sound like if I was vacuuming up seagrass.
Yeah, exactly. They are strictly herbivores, and they are the only fully aquatic herbivorous mammals. So go them.
Oh. Good job.
That's cool. As we mentioned earlier, there are 3 manatee species and 1 dugong species swimming slowly in the ocean today. Do you know who they are?
Ooh.
Well, we're going to give you a brief introduction to all of these species. So first up, we've got the West Indian manatee, which is Trichechus?
Manatus, sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Scientific names are
Trichechus
special.
manatus. Yeah. Trichechus manatus. They are found in the southeastern US, the Caribbean, the Mexico, and the northern part of South America. So if you've seen manatees in like Florida, for example, that is what you've seen. They are the species that is most often confused with dolphins due to their coastal habitats. They love warm springs and are famous for gathering around things like the power plant outflows in Florida.
Aw.
And there are 2 subspecies, the Florida manatee and the Antillean manatee. And their vibe is the classic sea potato. They are friendly, curious, and extremely chill.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think we'll talk more about conservation, but
Yeah.
well known for
Getting in trouble.
having interactions with fast-moving boats in shallow waters.
The next on our list is the Amazonian manatee, Trichechus. What did we decide what to say about that?
Trichechus?
Trichechus inungius. Wow, this is a bad day for scientific pronunciation. Whatever. The Amazonian manatee is found, as you may expect from its name, in the Amazon, specifically in just the freshwater part of the Amazon basin. But you know, sometimes names actually do make sense. Some fun facts about this Sirenian is they are smaller and more streamlined than the other 2 manatee species. They do not have any nails on their flippers, whereas other manatees do have them. So this is similar to pinnipeds that have kind of like nails or claws in their flippers. Whereas again, difference, dolphins don't have that. No nails for dolphins. And the Amazonian manatee has darker skin, often with a white patch on their chest. And their vibe is quite shy, very much the introverted cousin of the sort of Florida or West Indian manatee who lives real deep in the rainforest and keeps to itself.
Yeah. And the 3rd species is the West African manatee. They, surprisingly, are on the West African coast, rivers and lagoons. Some fun facts about them. They also, surprisingly, sarcastic, are the least studied of Sirenians. They live in both freshwater and marine environments, and they face intense hunting pressures in some regions. Their vibe is the mysterious one, rarely photographed and rarely understood.
Okay, so now moving on to their dugong cousin. So we've got the dugong.
Dugong.
Which, yeah. One of the best scientific names out there.
All time.
So
second only in my mind, because I'm a prairie girl, to bison.
Or mola mola. Yeah, I love these ones because they're so easy to remember. So they range through the Indo-Pacific from Eastern Africa to Australia. And I've seen them in Australia. Not from close up, but from like a viewpoint. From a viewpoint up above. And some fun facts. So they are more streamlined, a little sort of sleeker than manatees, and they have a more downturned snout that helps with their sort of the type of grazing seagrass environment that they're in. They are strictly marine. They're never found in freshwater. And like we said, they have a great scientific name. And their vibe is the elegant sea cow. They are sleeker, quieter, and potentially more mermaid adjacent, but dubious.
Still dubious.
And then we would be remiss to have a podcast all about Sirenian.
Never not.
If we weren't to mention the not so recent, but kind of recent, evolutionarily speaking, extinct member of this group, the Steller's sea cow, the Hydrodamylus gigas. This is the same Steller who named the Steller sea lion and also the Steller's jay, and then a whole plethora of other now defunct and extinct species. It's really kind of not great to be named after Steller.
No.
Biologically speaking.
Didn't go great.
No. Although thankfully the Steller saline and especially the Steller's J seem to be doing all right. Knocking on my child's play table that I'm recording on, which is made of wood. When the Steller sea cows were swimming in the ocean, their range was around the Commander Islands of the Bering Sea, so very north, and they were quite large. They were up to 10 meters long.
That's insane.
Very, very big.
Yeah.
We didn't actually mention about the manatees and the dugongs, but I'm actually just pulling this off of like my memory because I've seen both the West Indian manatees up close and the dugongs up close, and I didn't look up their size. One of you two can probably do that while I'm extrapolating here, but
they're like
3 meters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're not that large. They're kind of like porpoise small dolphin size.
Yeah,
but much
they're bigger than that. They're
bigger.
The dugongs that I spent my time with were smaller than a beluga.
Yeah, okay.
Which is my main reference point in life, but still smaller
but
than
not
a beluga.
but not drastically smaller.
But not Pacific white-sided dolphin. Between a Pacific white-sided dolphin and a beluga.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then rounder.
Yes.
Potentially rounder than belugas at times. Like they're very
depending on which beluga.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, rounder than lots of belugas. Yeah,
but these Steller sea cows, they were like substantially bigger.
That's so big.
Yeah, like more than triple.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's such a big animal to live on vegetables.
I know.
Some fun facts about them: they were the cold water specialists. So, as you probably noticed when we were talking about the 4 that are still currently swimming in the ocean today, they were all very warm water specialists. These were cold water species. They fed on kelp, so still vegetation. Though don't get us started about how kelp is not a plant.
Oh god. No.
Or,
how about
that could be
I would
another
say
podcast.
Go listen to the ologies episode on seaweed.
Yeah,
she explains it.
It's great.
It is so good. That makes a little bit more sense when you think about how big they are and also where they were living. It's not like there is a lot of seagrass.
They're just living on fucus.
Yeah. They had very thick kind of bark-like skin, and they were. This is a really sad fact, but it's not a podcast of ours without some sad facts. They were hunted to extinction within 27 years of being discovered.
Great job, Stellar. Great job.
Yes.
Come on.
And sorry, I was just going to say discovery by white men.
Oh, of course. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Very important.
They did just fine for whatever we got. Thousands of years.
Thousands and thousands of years. Yep. Because that's what happens.
That's what we do. We name things after the same guy and then we kill them.
Yep. So their vibe is tragic.
Yeah.
I just had a realization that the sailors who thought they were mermaids weren't eating vegetables, and all of these guys were eating vegetables. Is that connected? Did I just blow the lid wide off of this mermaid thing?
Yeah. Proper nutrition helps your brain work.
Yeah. So the IUCN Red List, really bringing it down now, conservation status is vulnerable for all 4 living species. And the threats include, not surprising, boat strikes are the biggest issue. They're slow, they surface often, and boats don't look for giant round blobs in the water.
Which you would think usually they do like rocks, and you really don't want to hit a rock.
I know. We are smart boat people.
True.
Yeah.
And also sometimes you just can't do anything about it because they are very slow and they do just come up. And also if they're feeding on seagrass, that makes the water murky. Because that's how that works.
And shallow.
Yeah. There's also red tide and habitat loss and pollution. Woo, all the big hitters.
Yep.
Although red tide doesn't always affect the other animals we've talked about in our previous podcast.
Because of what they eat, and where they live. Conservation efforts are helping, and the more people learn about them, the more support they get, especially being aware if you are in these areas and you are on a boat.
Hence why we're doing this.
Right. Yeah.
Be aware.
Be aware, indeed. So even though they are not cetaceans, Sirenians are incredible animals with rich histories and vital ecological roles, and they remind us that the ocean is full of these weird, wonderful creatures that don't neatly fit into what we think of as, like, the categories of the ocean.
Definitely not when you say marine mammals.
No.
When you think of orcas, humpbacks, and seals.
And sometimes polar bears.
Sometimes polar bears.
But people very rarely think about these ones.
I saw a very cute video of a baby beaver getting fed a bottle today, and I was like, that's almost a marine mammal, even though it's a freshwater animal.
It's an
aquatic mammal. Yeah. Aquatic.
It was very cute.
Yes.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, baby beavers are very cute.
Speaking of baby animals that are more related to this podcast, I once bottle fed a baby manatee. And it was incredible and the best thing ever.
That's amazing.
Very, very snuggly and very, very cute. That was at a rescue center in Florida that I volunteered at very, very, very briefly, like for one of those like pay for a volunteer for a day things. But it was incredible. So awesome. Yes, we're not actually rebranding the podcast. Gotcha. No, I'm sure you figured out by now what's going on. But we are officially declaring manatees and dugongs honorary cetaceans for the day. Hooray. They have earned it.
Yes. They're like honorary whale tails included. Participants, yes.
Yeah. At the end of the month, we will return with our regular scheduled tooth and baleen friends. But today, long live the sea potato mermaids.
And we hope you have a sea cowy day.
Yay!
Yay!